StayWellNebraska.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in one-on-one with DP, although DP is not here. DP will be flying back from the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. I think his flight leaves at 12:15, so he unfortunately couldn't do the show because in a densely populated area like that, you got to get there pretty early. It's not like the Lincoln Airport.
A little different than rolling up 45 minutes before the wheels leave the ground.
It's not like the Lincoln Airport. That voice you hear is our very own Mark Onweiler.
Oh, people know.
He decided to stop in here and help me out so I wouldn't be solo for the entire time. Maybe he stays the entire time. I don't know. We'll see. But, again, this is one-on-one with Rico and Mark. Brought to you by Beatrice Bakery. Go ahead, get yourself some delicious cakes. Beatrice Bakery. You can get some was it Yield English? That one is fantastic.
YOE?
I'm not I wasn't really a fan of fruitcake, and then we had some fruitcake from Beatrice Bakery, and now I'm like, you know what? This is not that bad, but only from there, because I tried some other fruitcake once. Not the same.
Oh,
I tried like a not Beatrice Bakery fruitcake.
Have you been down to the Beatrice location?
I never have. I know you guys went down there. You did a couple shows down there. You did like the Saturday show.
So when we were down there for that, he brought out their biggest competitor in the country. It's this place out of Texas, a massive fruitcake operation. Had them side by side, and you can tell just looking at them that they're different.
Yeah,
right. So it wasn't like it was really a surprise which one was which. That being said, Beatrice Bakery is head and shoulders above the other guys.
Superior.
And those are the two best. So anything else is
garbage. Yeah.
Just stick to Beatrice.
I don't even know what it was. It was somebody had brought it from like the store or something. And I was like, oh, I had Beatrice Bakery fruitcake. Maybe I've never eaten fruitcake.
Maybe I'm a fruitcake guy.
Maybe I do like fruitcake. And I had it and I was like, nope, this is not, nope. All wrong.
You're a Beatrice Bakery guy, not a fruitcake.
Beatrice Bakery guy.
I get it.
And if we had more cakes, I would go in there and dig into some of that chocolate rum cake. But we are running low on cakes. We need more cakes.
Because we keep giving out so many
cakes.
We're
fantastic people when we give out
very
delicious
generous.
Cakes. Speaking of that, go to theticketfm.com. Nominate somebody for a Beatrice Bakery care package gift basket giveaway. Tomorrow will be old school / one-on-one. It's turn to give it away. Early break gave one away. So go to theticketfm.com, click on the Beatrice Bakery banner, and fill it out. Anybody that you think needs a pick-me-up or maybe has had a fantastic week, a fantastic month, a fantastic beginning to the year, and you want to improve that for them, go ahead, do that, enter their name, enter the reason why you deserve they deserve it, and maybe we pick that person.
And we've gotten a lot of we get a lot of teachers, which is great. Don't get me wrong, and we get a lot of like retirement communities, which is also great. But I'd like to expand beyond that. And I know something that's really close to Rick and the folks down there at Beatrice Bakery are veterans. So if you, whether it's a veteran organization, a veteran in your life, I think that'd be a really cool one to focus on this week, this month. Like if we could kind of slam some veteran nominations, I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, when we first started giving them away, we got a lot of nurses and hospitals. That was a strong one when we first started.
It makes sense. With all that's going on.
It made perfect sense. And now we're on the teachers and the retirement homes. Veterans sorely lacking in Beatrice Bakery cakes. They deserve more.
Always.
Mark, we were talking before we came on air about stuff we could talk about, and you said something that actually got me thinking really hard. the playoff formats for different professional and collegiate, sports leagues,
Yeah.
and how they're tailored and how things work out, and how some people believe that one game playoff scenarios are garbage and that they don't crown real champions.
So there's a couple different factors at play here. There's the one game scenario where there's an element of luck to it. You
Mhm.
know, you don't have a big sample size. I don't think anybody's arguing that St. Peter's is the best team this year or was one of your top 8 teams this year, and yet they played their way there. So you can go on a run. I mean, Nebraska basketball, if the tournament had been set the week that they went 3-0 against top teams in the league,
they'd have been in the Elite Eight.
They would have been in the Elite Eight, right? Like,
makes sense.
Those things can happen.
They are an Elite Eight team.
So there's the one game scenario. There's also the size of the field that's at play here. And you guys were talking right there at the end of Old School about how North Carolina, they're an 8 seed, right?
Apparently they barely made the tournament. They were a bubble team.
Right. They're in nobody's top 25. And yet here they are, one win away from being your national champion, when 3 weeks ago you would say they're not one of the 25 best teams from this season. Yet here they are, your champion, almost one game away from being your champion. So this argument comes annually if you happen to follow Lanny Holstein, former 93.7 The Ticket host Lanny Holstein on
Shout out
Twitter.
Lanny.
He will make this argument every single year about how this is an illegitimate way to crown a champion.
Would he do that if Nebraska was in the national championship?
Oh, I think so.
You think? Would he stick to tradition?
I do, mostly because he's not a basketball guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he doesn't have the love for Nebraska basketball that he does for Nebraska football. But he'll carry this over, and we can take this beyond what the basketball argument is, and look at all the different sports. But college football playoff expansion is certainly front and center. Seems to always be front and center when these conversations come up, and whether that's going to 8 teams or 16 teams or 32 teams, if
let's
you want
do
to get
it.
crazy, you know?
Let's go full D2 or Division 1 AA football playoff, 16 team tournament.
I think it was Bach and Nathan having the conversation last week with Eddie when he was in here from 10-11 about how you really only have 2 or 3 teams in football and that are head and shoulders above everybody else. So to go beyond the 4 that we currently have, and even with the 4 we have, and this is their argument. I want to make this clear. This is not my argument. I'm laying the groundwork here. I do not believe the words I'm saying, but
but this is what was said.
The argument would be that you've already got these blowouts. You know, you've got Cincinnati who seem to have no business being in that scenario, and yet they are, because the numbers say they're one of the best 4 teams. Why do we need to go further than that? Why do we need to have bigger, worse blowouts and go 1 versus 8, 1 versus 16? What's the value in that to anybody?
Yeah.
Now, okay, let's stick with football for a second.
Go ahead.
Because my belief, and I've told you can't convince me otherwise, right? We can have this conversation, but you can't convince me otherwise. You've got to go 8, because the schedules in college football are so disparate, right? Like what Nebraska plays is completely different than what UCLA plays, which is completely different than what Florida plays. You've got no common opponents, generally speaking, no common opponents. You've got really no way to say, how is my schedule compared to how is your schedule, until we see each other on the field. So because of that, I think you've got to have a set, non-subjective way of getting into the playoff. And to me, that's win your conference.
That's what I always say. And then people push back with well, are you sure you want a Pac-12 team that has 9 wins in the college football playoff? And I'm like, well, if you, Mr. Person, who always says that the regular season is very important, truly believe what you're saying, then that team winning those 9 games in their conference and winning their conference, that's part of the regular season. That should be important. It should matter and allow them to get into the playoff situation, because right now you've got 2, sometimes almost 3 teams from one conference, just because it's so strong, getting into the playoff with 1, 2 losses, and like, well, they play such a hard schedule. I'm like, yeah, but they also only play their conference opponents 8 times. So every other team is playing in their conference, within their conference, teams that know them better than any other team because they play them year to year. They're playing 9 times.
Do you know what the SEC's scheduling structure is going to be moving forward once Texas and Oklahoma?
I have they hadn't
announced
talked
that?
about it.
Because you're looking at a 16-team league, right?
Mhm.
A 16-team league, and you're only going to play 8 other teams. Like, there's so much of your own league that you're not going to see.
Yeah, you're playing 8, but you're not going to play you're probably not going to play the 7 in your division.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have that crossover with like those protected rivalries and what have you. Like Alabama and Florida are still going to play, and that's going to take a team out from the West. I think they're in. I don't know. They do like a weird little loop, and Missouri is in the East. It's very confusing. So like Florida's going to play Alabama, and that's going to mean, maybe Alabama doesn't play Mississippi State that year. And what if Mississippi State's on a tear that year? What if they could have beaten Alabama, and maybe that took them out of the college football playoff? You never know.
But those teams are going to get credit for playing an SEC schedule, and even what an SEC schedule means is going to be so different from team to team. It's you just can't compare until you lay out. Here's what it takes to make, in my mind, an 8-team playoff.
Yeah,
right. Win your conference. Win a conference championship game. That makes the conference championship game a de facto first round for your playoff, right? So now you're looking at basically a 14, 15, 13 team playoff once you got all those conference championship games factored in.
Yeah. And if that's what you want to do, like, and some people will argue, why would you make it an auto qualifier for the conference championship? What would you do with the group of 5s? I'm like, keep the group of 5s where they're at and just maybe have the best group of whoever in the group of 5 has the best record after winning their conference championship, they get in automatically.
Best record, highest ranking,
because it's not like you're gonna have 2 or 3 undefeated group of 5 teams. That also doesn't happen because going undefeated in college football is so rare and so hard that you're not gonna have 4 teams that are undefeated. It's just not gonna happen. So you've got your 5 Power 5s, and then you have a group of 5, and then you have 2, 3 at-large bids. Yeah. And then you can get your 3 other SEC teams if you really want to be up and high and mighty about the SEC being so much better.
In a crazy scenario where you do have multiple undefeated group of 5s, maybe one of them is good enough to be your at-large. I don't see it happening.
I doubt it. But they'll do the same thing. They'll be like, well, their strength of schedule wasn't very good because they had to play, Navy and Army. And I'm like, okay, whatever, dude.
And then we'll be expanding again once that happens. But no, I mean, I'd rather be having these arguments about who's 8, 9, 10 rather than who's 4, 5, 6 when to me that margin is so slim, and I just don't have anything to compare them with.
And to me, expanding the playoff and putting conference champions in kind of makes the regular season more important, because you have to win those games to get into. It's not like college basketball where if you have a terrible regular season and then you possibly do what Nebraska was trying to do and go on a tear in your conference tournament, you can win your conference tournament and be an automatic qualifier with a losing record. Like, if you have a losing record in your conference in football, you're not making the conference championship game. It's the best teams in your conference making the conference championship. That means the regular season is more important, because to get there, to then get an auto qualifier into the national tournament, you have to have a good regular season. And some people will argue, oh, well, the runner-up might get in and they might have, however, Northwestern lost all their non-conference, then they won their conference. I'm like, well, that just means they're better than everybody in the conference. They played a hard non-conference schedule. I don't know, but they did what they needed to do. They took care of business, and they ended up losing in the conference, blown out in the conference championship. You're not going to take them. Like,
right.
It's like, oh, well, the runner-up in the Big Ten should make it. No, it depends on how you look, and you got blown out. You're not making it.
Yeah.
This isn't an Alabama-Georgia situation where both teams have one loss or are undefeated, and then one team loses by 3. There, I understand. You take them both. But if you've got, Auburn has 4 losses and they beat Alabama in the final game of the season, and they make the conference championship and get blown out by 3 touchdowns by Georgia, they're not going to make it.
Do you like the idea that there's some value given to improving as the regular season goes on? Because that's certainly true in college basketball right now, where if you can show growth, and I know the playoff committee is supposed to view a loss in November the same as a loss in February, right? But there's value to getting hot at the end of the year, especially if it comes to winning a conference tournament. But show it. I mean, there's recency bias. There absolutely is. So I think you get rewarded for getting better throughout the year. Do you like that, or do you want like a Northwestern losing all their non-cons in football, but making? I mean, they could have made a playoff in a scenario where a conference championship get ends, and the argument would be, yeah, they improved as the year got on. Do you like that, or do you want to have to be hit the ground running week one?
I actually like the improve as the season goes on. You should get some credit for that, because when the season starts, you don't know what people are dealing with. And maybe, you've got some guys starting in positions that at the end of the season, they're not going to be starting in. And that happens with some teams where they have a quarterback or they have some linemen or some defensive players who are starters day one. And by week 5, you realize, oh, their backup is actually better than them. You get them in, and all of a sudden you start winning more games. So I believe that it shouldn't have that much of an impact on them making a tournament. But if you improve as the season goes on, and let's say you lose your first 2 games, then you go undefeated, I think that should still have some type of merit and should get you something based on, not like into the playoff automatically, but it should have a little bit of, you should look at that more in a favorable light, because you could have a team who starts hot and then loses 2-3 games at the end of the season, but they beat everybody else in their conference, and the 2 or 3 losses still got them into the playoff, and then they lose their conference championship game. You're looking at that like, I don't really know about this. That happened with in college basketball with Trae Young's Oklahoma team. Remember, they started the season undefeated, and then everybody figured out, oh, if we stop Trae Young, we can stop the entire team. And as the season went on, they lost a lot more games than they won. I think they barely made the tournament. They were a decently high seed, though, because of what they did earlier in the season, and they lost in the first round. So,
going back to kind of the original argument that the NCAA men's basketball tournament overall doesn't give you a legitimate champion. Do you think there's truth to that this 6-game scenario where you only have to win 6 games doesn't give you a good picture of who is the best team this year?
There's some truth to it. Like the upsets, like some of the crazier upsets when you have Lehigh beating Duke or you have UMBC beating Virginia, like that's if those teams go on a like those teams aren't better than the teams that they just beat. They got hot at the right time, and the team they were facing wasn't hitting on all cylinders. And part of my argument is, if you're better, just win.
Yeah.
Like, if you're better, just be better. Like, that's a part of my argument. But at the same time, sometimes you're just off, and nothing works. Yeah, nothing works in your favor. Like,
and there's no chance to come back from that. There's no, okay, well, we'll get them.
We'll get them next time. No, you're done. You're going home. Like, and that happens. That happens in any type of playoff with a 1-game scenario. I mean, you've had, and I know people are going to argue this, whatever. The Giants, the 2 Super Bowls they won, I think they were wild cards. They had to play on the road the entire time, and they made it to the Super Bowl and they won. They're like, oh yeah, this is the best team in football. Was it? Were they really? Or did they just get hot at the right time and kept it going? Because they went up against an undefeated team and ended up beating them. Like, I don't think they were the best team. They were the hottest team at the time.
They're your champion.
They're your Super Bowl champion. They're your national champion, I guess. But I wouldn't say it's an illegitimate champion, but there could be some disputes.
You told me in the commercial break that the NBA is your ideal.
It's perfect.
Now, that's a league where more than half of the teams make the playoffs.
Now.
Yeah. I mean, it's what? It's 16 out of 30, right?
Yeah.
That make the playoffs.
But you don't just have to win 1 game. You have to win 7, or you have to win 4 of 7. Which, if you're a better team, you can drop one of those and still be like, okay, they got us. This wasn't our night. Come back. You can reverse sweep them or whatever. Like, you just need to win 4 games. That's perfect, because every once in a while, a worse team might get the better of a good team. We were just talking about that. but you have Golden State going up again, or you have right now Phoenix going up against the Lakers in the playoffs, if that happens, if the Lakers make the playoff, which they probably won't.
Sorry, I still giggle when I hear that.
Phoenix is going to win that.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Lakers get a game or two, but Phoenix is going to win. They have proven that they are the better team this entire season. And you'll still have those not like the 8 seeds or the 7 seeds going on runs and winning it all, but you'll have a 4 seed who maybe they were a couple games out of first. They're still a really solid team. If they win, it's not that big of a surprise. It's not like a monumental upset. So I think that's a multiple game series is just perfect to me. Because again, you have the best team. Maybe they drop one, but they could still come back and prove that they're better. And then, your smaller team gets to have the good feeling of, hey, we beat them once. Hooray.
Yeah, that'll carry them into the offseason.
We did not get swept. All right.
So is there any way to carry that to the NCAA? Does March Madness need a tweak?
Way too long.
Sure.
It would not work. If you did that, you would not have 68 teams.
No.
You would have to take
you're not doing 32 different best of 7 series.
With that, it's the automatic qualifier. That's it. Nobody else gets in. Every conference champion gets in. 7-game series. Well, not 5-game series. You have to win 3.
That'd be fun.
It would be.
It'd be chaos.
It would be awful.
I could not keep track of it.
Awesome.
But it'd be fun.
Sign me up for that.
That's what I want from all of this. I just want fun. Like that was my original response when Lanny went on his tirade was, I don't care whether we're crowning a legitimate champion or not.
Is it fun?
I'm having fun.
Yeah, like with the college football playoff, like I want to expand it because I want to see, Oklahoma State play Alabama. You don't see that very often. Oklahoma State was really good this season. They were airing it out. They were tossing it around the yard. Teams in the SEC weren't doing that.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see if Alabama can handle it.
Do you think they could have?
Probably. Honestly, they probably would have destroyed them. But it would have been fun.
Would have been fun.
It would have been really
That's
cool.
what it's all about, my entertainment.
And guess what? Ohio State was like the best team in the Big Ten all season, but they slipped up and they lost to Michigan to end the season. Didn't go to the conference championship game. Michigan went to the college football playoff.
Got crushed.
Got destroyed. Everybody was in agreement. Ohio State's a better team. They slipped up.
What you gonna do?
Aiden Hutchinson, kind of good, not that great.
That's a bold statement.
Is it? I think people are in agreement.
You think so?
I think so. The NFL draft committee isn't.
Right.
All those scouts aren't.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not. He's good. He's not.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think he's number 1 pick material, but he's definitely top 10.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, but he's not, oh my gosh, this guy's going to change our franchise. He's not going to change our franchise.
All right.
It'll be like a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Can we put a wing bet on that right now?
Yeah.
Like a far future wing
More
than 3 Pro Bowls.
Aiden Hutchinson over under 3.5 Pro Bowls.
Pro Bowl's a really bad measure for that too. Like a lot of average players are making Pro Bowls.
Yeah, well, it's the injury, and then teams that go to the Super Bowl, and people that are just like, I just don't want to play in the Pro Bowl.
So if you're giving me the Pro Bowl metric, yeah, I'm taking the over.
How many good DNs are there though? Like, come on, there are a million. Aiden Hutchinson's not.
He'll be one of them.
Aiden Hutchinson is not one of the 6 best DNs in the league. I don't think you could convince me of that at any point.
No, at any point.
At any point.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm higher on him than.
I'll write it down on the board.
Okay.
Aiden Hutchinson over
at 3.
3.
Give me the over.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm looking forward to these wings in 2026.
Wings are obsolete. It's just cauliflower everything. Oh goodness. Well, on that note, we're gonna take a break. On the other side, I have no idea what we're gonna talk about.
Some more.
We'll get to something. Keep in touch with us. Honda of Lincoln Hotline, Starter Game text line 402-464-5685. Keep us company right here on One-on-One on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Aloe. Visit us at aloefiber.com/local.
I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is hiring and seeking motivated applicants. Gray offers a second-to-none benefit package that includes health, dental, vision, 401k, paid vacation, and paid holidays. They offer great pay and tuition reimbursement or a tool purchase program for qualified candidates. It's a fun, friendly team with lots of variety and work assignments, so there's something for everybody. View and apply for their job openings today at grayusa.com or visit them in person just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Come be a part of the Gray difference.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop. But you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Hey guys, it's Jake Sorensen from Early Break. I've got my friend Alex from Ageless Men's Health here. I went to high school with Alex, and he was also in the Marine Corps. Alex, take it away.
Thanks, Jake. Guys, we know there's a lot of testosterone companies out there, but Ageless Men's Health is different. Our personalized approach looks at the whole body, not just the numbers. Ageless only employs registered nurses and nurse practitioners to handle your care. And at Ageless, we listen to what you have to say. We invite you to check us out at agelessmenshealth.com or check us out on Google and our 100+ 5-star reviews. Ageless Men's Health, 34th and Old Cheney.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unfortunately, DP's not here, so we're not going to get into wrestling talk after that, but we will say yabba dabba doo because we still have no idea what's going on.
So what?
It was like Amadou.
I saw
and it was-
Pat McAfee get stunned.
Yeah, Pat McAfee wrestled, did a pretty good job. He was drinking some beer with Stone Cold, and then he got stunned and spewed his beer everywhere. It was fantastic.
It's literally the only thing that and I guess Vince McMahon kind of
fought Pat McAfee
getting stunned
Yeah,
too.
he just kind of let his legs go out from under him.
Yeah,
It looked
yeah.
very painful,
It's-
actually.
It did. Different than the last time we saw that
Yeah.
happen, I suppose. But
Vince McMahon still got it, kind of.
Kinda.
Like the muscles aren't as defined or as large, but still there
he-
for how old he is.
he looks like old man strong, right? Like
Old man strong is the weirdest kind of strong because the muscles are there, but there's also like some flab,
right.
and you're like, are you strong?
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
like,
definitely
it's
strong.
there's man boobs and a gut, but also muscles.
Yeah.
which is fine.
And you're just like, I'm confused as to what is happening right now, but I'm also slightly interested.
Right, and I would never take you on an arm wrestling.
No.
because clearly you win
Yeah. Well, I'm just terrible at arm wrestling regardless. So
because your arms are short.
I'm just not good at arm wrestling. Like even when I was like lifting a lot and I was what I would call pretty strong, not a good arm wrestler.
Because you can't have leverage.
I guess I have long arms for how short I am, but I guess I still have short arms.
Have short arms.
Yeah.
Do you know what your wingspan is?
No, I do not. I should figure that
You
out.
should figure that out.
Should figure
You got big hands too.
I
That
do.
helps.
I do. Can't palm a basketball though.
Well, you still have short man big hands.
Very sad. Because I could grab rim and I could never get my wrist above it, but I could get about half of my hand above the rim, so I could dunk a tennis ball. I dunked a volleyball once also, but I could never dunk a basketball.
You've said that before, and I always think like that's just not the flex you think it is to say I can dunk a tennis
I
ball.
could dunk a tennis. Well, the thing is, I'm 5'5", so getting up to the rim is impressive.
Yeah. Look, I can't do it. I never had the hops.
Like I could
I
get
can't
up.
do it.
I could get
I'm
up there.
6'2" and I can't do it.
I could grab it, and I had the tennis ball, and I'd throw it in there. Volleyball, I'd get that in there. The basketball, I couldn't jump with the basketball in my hand because I'd have to like have my hand under it, and jumping like that was just weird. Like I just couldn't get
because
up.
you can't.
Yeah, I just couldn't get up that way. So if you tossed the basketball up, I could, grab it up there and then put it down. But it
And
wasn't
then make
like
it go in the
it
basket.
wasn't like impressive. It was like it would like hit the front of the rim and I'd like slide it into the rim, and then I would just grab on it, and I was like, ah!
That's the important part.
Yeah, you just have to make it look cool afterwards.
All right, Rico. I did something stupid
Ooh.
or smart. I don't know yet.
Go with the first one.
So we'll start it this way. We have a new show on Sundays.
Oh,
It's called Fitness Fanatics.
Mhm.
It's with Jeff and Nicole Essink from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
I know them.
You do.
I did
You
that
do.
for 5 days,
Ye-
5 weeks,
5 weeks.
5
5
days,
weeks.
5 weeks.
They have their 10-week extreme challenge,
Mhm.
right? And I thought it would be nice for them as part of their show to have somebody who's going through the challenge to give a testimonial, eyewitness account of what it's like. So either bravely or stupidly, I
Mark.
volunteered for the 10-week
Okay.
Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping Challenge.
Okay, Mark.
I need you to tell me what I'm in for, because you did half of a 10-week.
It's fun. You will feel sore, and you might not want to keep going after the first week, but the first week is rough. Like what they told me is the first week you are getting dragged along, especially if you haven't done anything for a
Which I
while.
haven't.
You're going to get dragged along the first week, but then as it progresses, as you get more used to the movements and everything that they're going to be putting you through, you're going to slowly start to catch up, and then you're going to be, setting your own pace, pushing the pace at your own leisure. And that's when you're like, all right, I got this. This is fun. Then you're going to be pushing yourself to go, harder than you probably thought that you were going to before. And that is the really fun part. But that first week it's going to be rough.
Do you agree with that? Did you get to that point?
Yeah, I got to that point. I got to that point at week 3.
Okay.
I was catching up week 2 where I was like, this isn't terrible. This still, after not doing anything, I'm like, this still sucks. But this is fun. and I'm enjoying myself. And then week 3, we were doing push-ups and some ab work, and I got this like not cramp, but like this sore, like, you know, your core is working feeling. And I was like, no, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. I kept pushing, and I was like, you know, week 1, if I got that feeling, I just lay there and I'd be like, this hurts. And then I would, you know, do a couple more, and then this hurts. But I pushed myself. We were doing some push-ups, we were doing the kickboxing, and I'm like punching harder, kicking harder, trying to go faster with my kicks, you know, getting my foot down, kicking real quick, trying to get all that. And I'm like, I'm gonna kick this bag over. I'm gonna kick this bag over, because one of the guys I was with, he's much bigger than me. Well, a lot of people are, but he was a very large human being, and he would kick the bag over every once in a while, and he'd stop and pick it up. And I was like, I want to kick the bag over. So I'm, you know, working hard, you know, doing all that. It's a blast.
Is that
once you
like
get into it?
Like in the Sandlot where they hit a home run and everyone's like, what are you doing? Is that kind of the same as kicking the bag over time and time again? Like, gosh, this is so annoying.
I mean,
I keep kicking the bag over.
He was just like, every time he'd do it, he's like, because he'd have to stop and he'd have to pick it up, because there's sand in the bottom, so they're heavy.
Yeah,
you know, got to pull it up.
There's a way to make it not happen, and that's to not kick the bag over.
He was just
right?
very strong.
Good for him.
He was just a very strong
Good
individual, and I'm very, very happy for him. But we did this thing. We found out we were in the same class. We're like, okay, the first week we're like, do not like look at each other and just be like, I'm gonna do more than you. I'm gonna kick harder than you. We're like, do not do that, because we're both competitive, and we're like, it's gonna happen. And after that first week, that second week, we started looking at each other, and we're just like, I gotta do more. We had the bands, you know, you don't do weights, you do bands, and it's just, you know, the different colors are different, you know, weights, or different resistance. And we'd look at each other, and it's like, oh, you're using the green band? Well, let me use a red one. Or you're using a red one? Let me use a blue one. And we were just like, do not do that. And then the second week we started doing that. And
naturally.
It was fun. It was fun. A little competition.
What time did you go?
When I actually went, I went at 8:30, because it was when I wasn't starting here until like 10 something.
Yeah.
So I'd go at like 8:30, and then we switched hours, and I had a kid, I went at 6 for a week. And in that week I went 3 times.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't go back.
I think that's the part that I'm actually most nervous about, like in terms of making myself do it. I signed up for the 5 a.m. one.
Mm-hmm.
They've got 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I signed up for the 5 a.m.
That is early.
It is early. And then so
make sure you eat wake up a little earlier, eat something, not a lot, eat something, and then go. If you do that on an empty stomach, it will not feel good.
It's not going to feel good with fresh food in your stomach either.
Well, that's why you wake up early. And not a lot. Like I ate a banana before I went, and I was fine.
Okay. I keep telling myself that since there will be an on-air component to this, that will be the accountability that on it, because I don't want to show up on the show on Sunday like, oh yeah, I didn't go this week. So I don't know. I'm the same as I was last week. Like that.
Just get Perfect Tennis. They give you stickers.
Really?
Yeah, you get stickers. You have a little sheet and little stickers for each day that you go.
Oh.
You get a big sticker at the end of the week.
That is helpful.
Go.
So then I was trying to think.
I had Perfect Tennis for 5 weeks.
And then
I had 3 days, and then I was done.
I was trying to think about what events are going to make this hard over that 10-week span. What is happening in my life that's going to be difficult? Because it's not just the showing up and working out. It's supposed to be like lifestyle changes, right?
Well,
especially for that 10 weeks.
It's not like it's just like what you eat. Yeah.
What you drink.
Yeah. Well, for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you have, look, first week, no cheat days.
Okay.
Second week, they say you get a cheat day, and it's Sunday, because it's the day you don't do any workouts. Sunday, your cheat day, you know, whatever. Don't like go crazy, but have, you know, something that you don't normally have. But if you have like a beer, like you'll be fine. like during the week, if you have like a beer a day, like you'll be fine.
So I was trying to think about what's happening in that 2.5 month span.
To work harder.
There's Easter, which wouldn't normally be like a big, like plenty of food, but it's at my brother's house this year, and I know he's got a stocked fridge, so that might be difficult. My birthday will be in this span.
You said you just have to.
The
thing is,
hardest one.
You don't have to like. You don't have to like completely, fully change like everything. Like it would if you want to see the biggest change.
Well, and
yes, but
it's
if you want to, have a day like your birthday or something, and you want to, have your beers.
But
like
it's
okay.
It's a 10-week span,
Yeah.
right? Like I
Yeah.
feel like I should go all in for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
I
could.
should. I feel like I should.
Yeah.
And I don't even think the birthday is going to be the hardest part because I'm not around other people. Like it's just me and my family, and I
Mhm.
can not have a beer with dinner. That's
Yeah.
not that'll be fine. The hardest one is going to be the Big Ten baseball tournament because you know me.
That is. Oh,
End
no,
of May.
Mark.
End of May, part of that 10 weeks.
Oh no.
You that's 4 or 5 days, whatever it is. Tailgating all day, 12 hours of baseball games every day.
You're in trouble.
Full cooler.
Is that like the end of the 10 weeks, or is that like
Well,
somewhere
it's the last week in May, so it's towards the end.
Mm,
It's probably week 7 or 8 or something like that.
dang. Well,
You don't have an answer for that.
I
one.
don't.
I don't either.
You're gonna
yet.
have to ask Jeff and Nicole.
I'm just gonna have to I want to go. It's not. I don't want to skip it.
Mhm.
All right. That one's gonna be hard. That one's gonna be hard.
Be okay.
Thanks.
You'll be-
Thanks.
you'll be
I
okay.
appreciate the
I don't-
motivation.
I got nothing for you. Honestly, like I said, I made it through 5 weeks.
Right.
Felt great though.
Good.
It was 5 weeks of great. I was fitting into some of my older jeans,
Looking forward to that.
and that was only after 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
And
and honestly, I wasn't the eating portion of it. I wasn't the greatest at.
Yeah.
I tried. I did my best. I still wasn't great at it, but I did change some things. I was eating some new things. I was watching what I ate. I was looking at the nutrition facts on things, and I was doing pretty good. But then there were times where I was like, I just
yeah.
I really want a pizza.
I'm trying to focus on that stuff, not go in with negatives, not think about all the bad things and how it's going to be hard. Trying to focus on things like clothes fitting better, or if we go to Colorado at some point this summer, being able to do hikes without dying, things like that. Like I always do those things, but I die. I'd rather not die.
There's a surprising amount of things you haven't ever tried.
As
Pretty good.
as part of the challenge.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty. No, well, like some of the foods, but
Foods.
also like some of like the workouts.
yeah.
Pretty cool. Never thought about kickboxing before. Did that, and I was like, this is fun. This is awesome.
Yeah. Well, they were talking.
You get your own gloves too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I'm down
your
for hitting
hand
stuff.
wraps.
I'm down for hitting stuff.
Oh yeah, take out your anger on things.
I've got plenty of it.
Yeah, see, you'll
Plenty.
be good.
Good. All right.
Kick
all right.
things.
We'll keep an open mind. We'll keep it positive.
I believe in you, Mark.
Thank you.
You'll be
Thank you.
great.
Appreciate it.
You're gonna look great after 10 weeks.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
You're gonna.
I'm
Probably,
gonna look even better.
Yeah, even better.
Thank you.
With that, we'll head to our final break right here on One-on-One on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Your KFXL Fox Nebraska weather for Monday. We're expecting a high right around 62, along with mostly sunny skies. Clouds roll in late tonight with a low right around 39. We'll still see passing clouds throughout Tuesday with a 40% chance for rain showers and a high right around 63. I'm meteorologist Regina Bird for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one, so make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you. Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Spring has arrived. Dust off your clubs and play the city. Lincoln City Golf Courses offer 5 different places to play, including Holmes, Pioneers, Highlands, Mahoney, and the Par 3 Jim Ager course. Plus, one membership gets you access to all 5 courses, or ask about a discount card that gets you 15% off all rounds. There's also adult classes with lessons for every level with Lincoln City Golf Academy. Learn more about membership and classes today at lincolncitygolf.org.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I'm not going to go on the whole spiel that DP goes in every time this song comes on.
Oh, I don't know the spiel for this one.
Yeah, it's, he just explains the Ultimate Warrior. You paint your face, get some bands for your arms, some feathers, all that stuff.
Before my time,
sprint to the ring, and shake the ropes.
I wish I had the appreciation for the Ultimate Warrior that other folks do. It was just slightly before my WWE consciousness.
I've seen videos, and that's about it.
I don't even know what the man sounds like. I haven't seen videos.
No, I can't help you with that. It's just like like all of them. So it's just a deep voice. You can't really understand much. How everybody back then. How everybody back then sounded. Something like that.
In another life, that could have been you. Could
it have?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Dun 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 dun. I just want to do that.
What's up, Cap?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, we're in here.
Rico Suave, and then the great one is with you. Are you kidding me right now?
A whole hour of radio.
What?
Can't get rid of me.
What? What?
I asked him to come in, and he was like, "You know
He's
what?"
got the coffee.
He goes, "I'll carry you."
Oh, hang on. We can't talk about the coffee because it doesn't have a lid on it.
Oh, dang.
I don't have a good
You never.
studio cup.
But the thing is, you never set it
dang.
down. You've been holding it
Yeah.
in your hand the whole time.
And when I set it down, it's over there.
Yeah.
It's over.
He's got the Elvis Presley mop over,
Yeah.
comb over deal going.
I gotta go good for the stream.
You know, hey,
No, it's not Elvis, but it's also Richie used to have that. Richie Cunningham. Where's
Yeah,
that the Fonz?
I've always thought of myself as a Richie Cunningham of
See?
the office.
Yeah.
you know
Do
what
you
else?
know who Richie Cunningham
know
is,
who
Rico?
Richie Cunningham
Hey, listen, these little young guys
I
don't
know,
know
I know.
anything.
You know what? You know what else Mark is doing?
What?
He's doing a 10-week challenge with Farrell's extreme body shaping.
Dude, come on.
I'll be able to do your 25 push-ups finally.
Come on. Come on. When does it start?
Start orientations on Saturday.
What days and what times?
So it's a 10-week challenge. I'm signed up for the 5 a.m. class.
Monday through
Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week.
Uh,
Yeah, I know.
so you
Right?
It goes kickboxing on Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
See, I might come to the kickboxing Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Great.
and then it's
You're invited.
strength training, but they use resistance bands.
Yeah.
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, not as much right now, but definitely the kickboxing part. I am a
Yeah, you're kicking the top of the bag. I'll be lucky to reach the bag, but
You'll be fine.
but over time,
Yeah.
see,
10 weeks.
yeah, time, that pressure that turns coal into a diamond. That's what's gonna happen. 10 weeks.
They've got synthetic ways of doing that now that are much faster, and that's what I'm looking for.
No, the synthetic
Very
stuff,
high quality.
It doesn't last though.
Well, that's true.
It's good, and then you gotta keep
Make it more.
upgrading, maintenance,
refining.
Well, no, when we talking synthetically.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
See, if you get it this way, once you got it, it's hard to lose it.
Look, I'm that classic like roller coaster guy,
Yeah.
right? Like I ran a half marathon in 2017, right?
Oh,
Like
wow.
I was in decent, not good, but I was in decent shape. I was 80 pounds lighter than I am
Sure.
right now, and then I started a beer podcast, and
You
then
did.
and then a global pandemic hit, and I
Dang.
had all sorts of excuses for not and for being where I am now. So
Yeah.
we can get. I know I can do it.
You can do
But
it.
I've been there. I've seen that side of it. I can do it.
You can
So,
do it.
Thank you, Rico.
Once you
I'm
get
hoping
into
that-
it, you can go.
I'm hoping that once Rachel starts this new job, I'll be able to, after work, head over and do some Farrell stuff.
Yeah.
At least a couple times a week.
You're gonna need it. Because you gotta race me, sucker.
Yeah, when's that happening? I thought it was.
He don't. What? Are you gonna be ready on Saturday?
Honestly, no, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay, cool.
Where?
Well, maybe not
That's
Saturday.
that
Well,
guy.
let's go. You want to do it Friday?
Sure.
Well-
oh, I won't be here Saturday, so yeah.
I mean,
All right,
Friday though.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
can figure out a time. We can tape it because I got a lot of junk going on.
I know you do.
So,
Do you want to do it next week?
Oh, you need an extra week? Okay,
I
cool.
don't- I told you, I
You
haven't-
know what? Let's do it next week because nobody will be there, and then it'll give you an extra week to be open.
I'm not going
You
to
can
do
open it up. Do you actually have on a Nebraska shirt? Get out of here!
Nebraska
What is
softball.
the falls? The sky falling.
Nebraska softball.
if-
I went and I witnessed the 2-1 win on Saturday.
Dang.
And then they hit like 3 home runs the next day.
That's all right. You saw the pitching duel.
Yeah.
Those are better.
Those are better.
It was nice. Some good defense.
Yeah. Sweet. How's DP?
They walked Billy Andrews all 4
Every
times.
time. Every time.
Her-
Did
the
they
first-
really?
The first
Yeah.
2 games, she had 8 at bats, walked every
8
single time.
walks.
They did not want to
Well,
pitch to her.
obviously though, that was a good defense against her. If the score was 2-1, if
Yeah.
they walked her 8 times
Yeah.
and the score was still 2-1, that was
Well, no, they walked her 4 times in the first game,
okay.
and they got run ruled because everybody else got hits. And then the second
Oh, that
game,
was a 15 something.
yeah. And then the
score.
second
Okay.
game, they walked her 4 times, and they won 2-1.
Yeah.
It should have been 2-0, but some craziness.
Do you walk her? Do you try to pitch to her? What do you do?
Me personally?
Yeah,
They walked the bases loaded once
with
which
her up.
then- yeah, the bases they had somebody on first and second, and they walked her to get the bases loaded, and then they allowed 1 run. So
Yeah, but
they lost by 1
do
run.
you pitch to her?
Yeah,
If you're a manager, do you pitch to her?
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You don't?
What about no?
I think
You gotta.
I got to know my pitcher. I think there's mental aspects to saying, yeah, I want you to go and compete. against the nation's home run leader, right? Like, go put yourself in that situation, because I think it can be deflating to just give up, right?
Yeah, but
there's a mental game there.
Look, if
too.
there's somebody
For
on
me,
base,
it's
maybe I walk her.
situational though. It's situational.
That's what I'm saying. If there's people on base, maybe I walk her. But if there's nobody on base, I'm pitching to her. She hits a home run. Okay, it's 1 run. We can get that back. If there's people on base, she hits a 3-run bomb. Then you're in trouble.
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's smart to just say avoid the player that could kill you.
Yeah, but then you're getting her on base, and the people behind her aren't slouches either.
I guess she bets first, right?
Yeah, she's a leadoff.
I'm pitching to her.
Yeah.
She,
I'm saying
I got to pitch to her.
She hits a home run. Okay, cool. 1 run.
Right.
We can overcome that.
I'm pitching to her. If she's batting in that position, I'm pitching all the time to her. Pole position, I got to pitch to her. Now I might pitch some wild stuff to her.
You make her earn it.
Right? Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm all over the place with her. I would be high. I would be low in the strike.
But she's got great plate discipline. Like there were some close ones. She bats on her shoulder. She's like, I'm not swinging at that. You give me what I want. I'm gonna take it yard.
Yeah, I was watching the show, your pancake show.
Yeah,
that you were on, and YouTube never. Sometimes you pay attention, so I thought that I was texting early. We'll be back.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call